everyone, and welcome to another very wonderful class in the School of Personal Development. Last class we looked at the enemies of personal development, part 1, and today is going to be the second part to that teaching. But this second part, I'm going to title it, Stop Creating Monsters That Do Not Exist. Stop creating monsters that do not exist, and I'll tell you a short story. I had a training session at my workplace last Thursday, and that training session ended up being one of the best training sessions I've had in the last 2 years, so to say. At first, when I saw the description to the training session, it appeared as though it was a beginner's class. So I was wondering, why would my workplace register me for a beginner's class? Why would they register me for this kind of training that I had exposed myself to something much more than that in my 12 years of work experience in my previous workplace? Am I not competent enough to do? Have I not shown myself competent with some of the encounters I've had recently with students? Some thoughts just went through my mind. But later, I brushed off the whole thought, and I told myself I was going to have to learn. I was going to learn in that session. So when the trainer came up and he told us to indicate what we wanted to learn in that training, precisely I went to a particular skill I wanted to learn, and even the trainer acknowledged that, Olumide, that's a very nice one. We will cover that, and the training session will speak in detail about it. So I was looking forward to that part. Towards the end of the training session, I got a shocker of my life, because initially I was thinking, why would I be the one to be registered for this kind of seemingly like a beginner's class, only for me to find out that two of my well-experienced colleagues in the same department were also registered for the same training session. Can you imagine? So that day I realized that there are certain things we need to stop worrying ourselves about. In fact, the big lesson for me is that we need to stop creating monsters that do not exist. If I had continued with that feeling, the initial feeling I had at the start of that training session, it could have built a wall. It could have built a wall around my mind, such that whatever very, very helpful information the trainer was going to give, that wall I had built around my mind will stop the information from getting to me. So you need to stop thinking about, at my workplace, my boss doesn't like me. He treats me in a particular way. It's always me. We need to stop that kind of feeling. The fact is, the person you feel doesn't like you may even be having an unhappy day. You've got to be more concerned about improving you and not on what people think about you. Now let's come to think of it. What people think about you is nothing compared to what you think of yourself. Yes, we can't deny the fact that there are varying forms of discrimination out there. Yes, that's absolutely true. But if you keep working on yourself, those who discriminated against you initially will later see themselves as silly for doing so. Recently, a friend reminded me that I used to say 50% of the things we worry about, they don't happen. And immediately that friend said that, I was really, really happy to hear that, because it resonated with this class we are having today. So sometimes we could be spending valuable energy worrying over things that would not even matter in the few days or in the few weeks or in the few months ahead. So we could even be our own enemy, because we are just trying to cook up thoughts, create monsters and vampires that do not exist. I was just joking, don't mind me. So this is to challenge us that if you're truly interested in personal development, you need to stop crippling your mind with thoughts that would later not matter. Stop doing the thinking of others for them. Stop it. Let your mind truly channel its strength and creativity on productive issues. You have to guard your mind diligently, and don't be your own enemy by the kind of thoughts you give attention to. If this content blesses your heart, do subscribe, like, and share with others. And I'll see you in the next class.